Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope you're all okay. I hope you had a lovely weekend. It was okay weather, quite nice on Sunday, so yeah. Hope you're having fun. 2 weeks to go left of school, so it's not too long to go. So let's get on with our English today. So it is Monday, pressing the wrong button, Bubblefy. There we go. Monday the 6th of June, and it's lesson number 16 for Myths and Legends. So you know the drill, you know what you need, pencil, paper, pen if you want it, and lesson 16 online. Tomorrow there won't be a lesson because it's sports day, and I hope you get on with your sports day activities really well, and you have fun doing them. So, today we're going to understand the myth of the Minotaur. I'm going to understand how myths are written, we're going to know who the Minotaur was, and you're going to be able to consider importance of different characters. Make sure you've written the date and the LI down for me. Okay, so one of our recap questions today. Is curiosity a positive trait to have? You're going to explain your answers using at least 2 examples to prove your point. You must reference at least one myth in your writing. Use the words firstly, secondly, and in conclusion. And obviously, curiosity and maybe for example as well. So you might start off with, firstly, I'd like to point out that curiosity is or isn't a positive trait to have because whatever you think, really. I can't tell you what your answer is, but I'd love to see your writing when you send it to me. Remember, full sentences, capital letters, full stops, and using the words that we've mentioned as well. Okay, so pause the video while you write you write your paragraph, couple of paragraphs down. Okay, so this is a recap on Pandora's box. So there's 3 statements here. I can't really do it the way I had. I've managed to dislocate my finger. Fell asleep and then woke up with a dislocated finger. Win? Not really. Hurts. So label each of these 3 statements with either true or false. So Pandora married Epimetheus. Pandora was forbidden from opening the ebony box. And Pandora forgot to let hope out. Or let out hope. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time. So Pandora did marry Epimetheus. Pandora was forbidden from opening the ebony box. That was true. She was not allowed to go into the room with that ebony box, was she? But she didn't forget to let hope out. She managed to let hope out in the end. Well done if you got all of those right. Okay. This is a fill in the gap activity, so I'll read this paragraph and then I'll go on to the answers. Obviously, pause the video if you need a little bit more time. So, Pandora was given to in marriage by He wanted to punish Epimetheus for his actions. Epimetheus's punishment was much more cunning than who was chained to rock for all of eternity, his liver being devoured and regrowing every day until he was rescued by who was completing one of his labours. How many labours did have? Pandora was very and opened the ebony box. In the process, she let out all the world's ills. For example, now there's 2 gaps here and there's many ills. So you can fill in any words you want there, okay? Well done. Pause the video while you write down the answers in those gaps. Right, hopefully you finished. If not, pause the video for a little bit longer. Let me go on to the next page. I do apologise, first of all, about the little bleep bleep bleeps. I've got to turn sound off my computer. So, Pandora was given to Epimetheus in marriage by Zeus. He wanted to punish Epimetheus for his actions. Epimetheus's punishment was much more cunning than Prometheus, who was chained to a rock for all of eternity. His liver being devoured and regrowing every day until he was rescued by Hercules, who was completing one of his 12 labours. Pandora was very cunning and opened the ebony box. In the process, she let out all of the world's ills. For example, I just chose 2 random ones. Again, you could have just chosen 2 random ones, as I said. Mine were disease, jealousy, and obviously we had despair. Well done if you got those right. Remember these two words? They don't have to be exactly the same, they could be different. Because there were many of the world's seals. So these are our 4 vocabulary recap words. So tell somebody the meaning of those words for me. Pause the video while you do it. You can write it down, or just tell somebody, or just tell us. Imaginary cat today. Okay, pause the video if you need a little bit more time. So gruesome, causing repulsion or horror. It's like grisly, like and that's an adjective. Petrified, so frightened that one is unable to move. You're terrified, and again, that's an adjective. Hasty, done with excessive speed or urgency, and that's hurried. Quarrelling, having a heated argument or disagreement, and that's a verb. Well done if you got all of those right. Our new words for today. There's only 4 today. No, only 3, I can't even count. Rampage, that's move through a place in a violent and uncontrollable manner, and that's a verb, and it can also be a noun. Trembled, shaken, voluntary, typically as a result of anxiety, excitement, or frailty, when you're really nervous as well. And that's a verb. And labyrinth, a complicated, irregular network of passages or paths in which it's difficult to find a way out. It's like a maze, and that's a noun. Well done for writing those down in your glossary. So, I'm going to end show. Just reminded myself, make sure I come back to the PowerPoint. And I've got it all ready. So, today is the 6th, so let's open up the 6th. Okay. So, we can open it up nice and big today. So, Minos lived on the powerful island of Crete, and in his quest to become king, he had promised the sea god Poseidon that he would sacrifice whatever the god sent from the sea. Poseidon sent a bull, but Minos thought it was too beautiful to kill, and so he'd sacrificed another bull, trying to trick the god of the sea. When he became king, Minos' happiness was almost complete. There was but one sadness in his life. Poseidon was furious with Minos for breaking his promise. In his anger, he made the bull rampage all over Crete, and caused Minos' wife, Persephone, to fall in love with the animal, and as a result his wife gave birth to a child that was strange and unnatural. Although its face was human, it walked on 4 hooved feet. Horns came out of its head, and in time it grew into a terrible monster, half man, half bull. When it bellowed, the whole land of Crete shook, and the walls of the palace trembled, and there were storms at sea. The people gossiped about this strange child of the king, whom they called the Minotaur. Minos wanted to have it killed, but he thought the gods would be angry with him if he killed his own son. Instead, he ordered Daedalus to build a maze known as a labyrinth, where the Minotaur could live out of sight and out of mind. He created a maze so complicated, with many twists and turns, so many false starts and dead ends, that no man, once trapped inside, would find his way out. The Minotaur agreed to live in the labyrinth, but he demanded the human beings be sent into his maze at regular intervals. Otherwise, he would rage with hunger, even until the walls of the palace fell down. King Minos of Crete was a powerful man, feared by the rulers of the lands around him. When he demanded goods or men for his great armies, they felt they had to agree. When he demanded they send tributes to honour him, they sent them without question. It was the only way they could stop him going to war with them. But his demands on Athens became too much for them to bear. Every 7th year, the king of Athens was ordered to send 7 women and 7 men as sacrifice for the Minotaur. Twice the king Augeas agreed this, for he was still afraid of Minos and the power of his navy. But on the third occasion, his son was chosen. Now, your first activity is to label these 4 statements, true or false. That the Minotaur was half man, half horse, true or false. King Minos tried to deceive Poseidon, true or false. Persephone fell in love with the Minotaur, and Daedalus built a labyrinth in which the Minotaur would live. True or false them, and then when we go back to the PowerPoint, I'll explain the answers. Okay, in the space below for activity B, I want you to make a prediction about what you think will happen to Aegisthus' son. And I want you to use the word Minotaur. You're going to pause the video while you write down a couple of sentences, okay? And then finally, for activity C, I want you to read these events, 6 events, and I want you to write a number next to each event to put them in the correct order. So we've got Minos became king of Crete, the Minotaur was born, Poseidon promised to help Minos if he sacrificed whatever came from the sea to him, the labyrinth was built, Minos tried to trick Poseidon, Persephone fell in love with the bull. Okay, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint, so if you need a little bit more time, that's fine, just pause the video. I am going to just run through the answers. Today's task, really nice and easy. Just do all the recap and retrieval questions, add the new words to your glossary, and then complete the activities in the booklet. So nice and easy today. Okay, activity A. The Minotaur was half man and half horse. No, that was false. He was half man and half bull. King Minos tried to deceive Poseidon. It's true, he tried to trick Poseidon. Persephone fell in love with the Minotaur. Oh dear. That's false. She fell in love with the bull. Daedalus built a labyrinth in which the Minotaur would live, and that was true. Well done if you got those right. And finally, C. Okay, so you can see my numbers. So Poseidon promised to help Minos if he sacrificed whatever came from the sea to him, was 1. Minos tried to trick Poseidon, 2. Persephone fell in love with the bull, 3. The Minotaur was born, 4. Minos became king of Crete, 5. And the labyrinth was built, was 6. Fantastic work today. It's been quite a short lesson, I know. Here's the email. Drop me an email with all your work and I can't wait to see it. See you later, guys. See you, not tomorrow, remember. Tomorrow is sports day, but I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.